Welcome back to the Web Technologies course. In previous class, we are talking about the different types of elements, right? So, what are the elements we are having? We are having the first one is the directive element. We are having the first element is the directive element. Second one is the action element. And third one is the scripted element. Clear? So we are having the three different types of elements. The first one is a directive element, second one is a action element, and third one is a scriptlet element. These are the elements we are talking in the last class. So now we'll talk about the scriptlet element. So first we'll see the scriptlet element. What is the use of the particular scriptlet element? How we are going to implement the particular scriptlet element in our program. So first we'll say scriptlet elements. Okay, in this particular scriptlet elements, we are having the total three elements are there. Okay, we are having the three elements are there. So first element is our first scriptlet is the statement element is statement scriptlet or expression scriptlet, and second one is a declarative scriptlet, and third one is the script. Last one is the script is there. Okay, so how many elements are there here? We are having a total three different types of elements are there. First one is the expression elements, second one is the declarative elements, and third one is the script element is there. Okay, so with the help of these three scriptlet elements, what we are doing here is we are developing our JSP pages. We are developing our JSP pages with the help of these three scriptlets. Okay, with the help of these three scriptlets, we are writing our Java code in this particular scriptlets, or we are writing our Java code in this particular tag. And what we are doing here, we are translating this particular scriptlet code into the Java code. We are translating this particular scriptlet code into the Java code. After that, once the Java code translation is done, so what we are doing, we are compiling that particular Java code for getting the .class file. For getting the .class file, what we are doing here, we are compiling that particular .class file. We are compiling that particular Java file. Once the Java file compilation is over, we are getting the .class file, right? So we are taking that particular .class file and we are making some response, and we are sending that particular information back to the requested client, or we are displaying that particular information on a requested browser. Okay, requested browser. So there, for printing that particular information on requested browser, what we are using, we are using out.println. We are using out.print method or out.println we are using, right? So without using this particular out.println also, we can print the information. Okay, in this particular out.println, so what we are doing, we are printing our information. Okay, so with the help of this particular scriptlet tags, or with the help of this particular expression tag, so what we can do, we can print our output without using the out.println in our browser. In the web browser we can print. Okay, so quickly we'll dive into these three scriptlets. So first we'll see the expression scriptlet. Okay, first we'll see the expression scriptlet, right? So first what we are doing here, first we are creating our JSP page. What we are doing here, we are creating a JSP page. How we are creating a JSP page? So simply we are opening our NetBeans and we are right click on the project. There we are selecting the JSP. Okay, once your JSP page creation is done, so by default you are getting the .html, or by default you are having the index.html page is there in your web page, in your project, right? Once you are creating the JSP page, it will create the .jsp file. It will create a .jsp file. How to save your JSP pages, or how to save your Java server pages? .jsp, your file name for example, my file name is a hello.jsp, your file name is a JSP, right? Now what this particular JSP page contain? Okay, so initially this particular JSP page contains the page directive tag. Okay, page directive tag. With the help of this page directive tag, what we are doing here is this particular page directive tag contains the what is the content, what is the how you are constructing the particular constructing the particular JSP page, whether you are using the HTML core or you are using some other language. Okay, that particular information we are maintaining in this particular page directive, and also what are the requests you are using in this particular page, that information also we are maintaining. Or nothing but this particular page directive contains the what is the content type, whether you are using the HTML or any other. Okay, and encoding is there. Okay, whether you are using the UTF format or UTF another format. Okay, that information we have to provide in this particular page. That information is available in this particular page directive. After that, close that particular page directive. Okay, after that, open your HTML tag, open tag, and close your HTML. After that, open your body tag and close your body tag. Clear? Now what you are doing here? Now you want to display some expression, or you want to you want to display some expressions, right? So for that, what tag we are using? We are using the expression script. Right, we are using the expression scriptlet tag. So that expression scriptlet tag, so we are using the open angular bracket, and we are having the percentile symbol. After that, you are having the equal symbol. Okay, this is called the expression tag. This is the syntax for the expression tag. So here you have to write the expression. Okay, here you have to write the expression. This is the syntax for your expression tag. So open angular scriptlet tag and close scriptlet tag. Between that open and close scriptlet tag. So what you are writing here? So here you are writing this particular expression. There. Okay. So in programming, so what we are doing here? So we are writing the open tag and body tag. Open HTML and close HTML. Open body tag and close body tag. Between that body tag, you have to write your expression here. So I'm writing the expression. You can write any kind of expression there. Okay, if you want to print the date, you can print the date. Okay, how you are going to print that particular date? So here in this particular expression or in this particular JSP page, we are taking the help of the Java. Okay, or we are writing here Java code only. We are writing the Java code here. Okay, so or we can say that in this particular JSP page, we are embedding the Java code in this particular HTML. Okay, we are embedding the Java code in this particular HTML. If you are talking about the servlet pages, so servlet, what we are doing, we are embedding the HTML code in a Java program. But here what we are doing, we are embedding the Java code in a HTML page. Yeah, that is what we are talking here. So for displaying the expression, so here what I am doing here is first I am displaying some expression. So I am taking the help of the Java. I want to display the date object in my JSP page. So for that displaying for the date, I am using the date object. So that particular date object is available in new space java.util.date. Java.util.date. Okay. Once your expression is done, you close your scriptlet tag. Once your expression is over, you close your scriptlet tag. Okay. So what is the output we'll get here? So we'll get the output here. So you will get output. So today's date. You will get the output today's date, Saturday, and year 2020. And what is the today's date? 19/9/2020. Like that, with timestamp you will get the particular date information. Okay. So next step, if you want to display any expressions, any other expression, for example, I want to display n1 plus n2. Okay, n1 plus n2. You don't know the n1 plus n2, right? What is the n1 value? What is the n2 value? You have to define the n1 value and n2 value there. Okay. So you have to define the n1 value and n2 value. Then only you can do the computation here, n1 plus n2. Clear? Once here. So here directly we are printing this particular. So directly we are printing this particular date object or this particular information in our web browser. Here we are not using any kind of output dot println or out dot println. We are not using all those things here. Directly it will give the output. Directly it will generate the output and it will print on your web browser without using the out dot println. Here without using the out dot println, it will display that particular information. Okay. Okay, clear? So next what we are doing here, next here we are writing the one expression. What is that expression? You are using expression tag n1 plus n2 we are doing the computation. We are doing some computation here. For doing that particular computation, what you have to do, you have to initialize these particular values, right? You have to initialize this particular value. So for initializing that particular value, so what we have to use? We have to use the declaration tag. Okay, so for that we have to use the declaration tag, declaration script. Okay, declaration script tag you have to use if you want to print any normal messages. Once your declaration is over, once your computation is over, so what you are doing, you want to print that particular output. Okay, in our Java language, what we are doing, we are using the system.out.println. With the help of that particular system.out.println, what we are doing, we are printing that particular output on a terminal, right? So here you want to print that particular message, right? So for that, how you are printing, you are using the out.println. Okay, if you are using the out.println, so for that, for printing that particular out.println, we have to use the scriptlet tag. For normal purpose, we have to use the scriptlet tag. Okay, so last one is a scriptlet tag. Scriptlet tag you have to use. Clear? So here, see, if you are using like this no expression, it will directly give the output in your web browser without using the system.out.println or out.println. Without using that particular object, we can directly print that particular information on our browser. Okay, if you want to print some messages or if you want to print some content on your web browser, so for that we have to use the scriptlet tag. Okay, for declaring or for initializing some values, for that you have to use the declaration scriptlet tag. Okay, now we'll see one program here, one example. I created my JSP page, so I'm writing the main code here. So /html, we're having the open HTML tag and close HTML tag. After that, open body tag and close your body tag. Okay, clear? Now what I'm doing here is I'm using all these three tags. Okay, so first I'm taking the date object, I'm printing the date. Okay, for that we have to use the expression tag. I'm using the expression tag, new java.util.date. Java.util.date. Clear? So next what I'm doing here, next I'm initializing some values there. So for that I'm using the declarative tag. I'm using the declarative script here. So here int I equal to, for declarative tag syntax, this is the declarative syntax. After that you have to write your code and close your declarative tag. Clear? So this is the syntax. Okay. So next int n1 equal to 10. Int n1 equal to 10. So next I'm initializing the one more value, int n2 equal to 20. Next I'm taking the another variable int, or you can take a string value for storing the. Okay, you can take the int n3. Okay, int n3. So next I'm taking the some string output equal to, can take the string of, or you first evaluate that particular expression. Okay, n1 and n2 initialization is over. After that you close your script tag. Okay, declaration tag is I'm closing that particular declaration tag. Now what I'm doing here, I'm evaluating that particular expression, right? So I'm evaluating that particular expression. For that, I'm using the expression tag n1 plus n2, n1 plus n2. After that, close our tag. Okay, this is work with the help of without the out.println. We are printing this particular information in our web browser. Okay, now if you want to display some content, if you want to display some content in our web browser or in web browser, for that what you have to do here is you have to use the scriptlet tag out.println out.print. So here we print the message here, hello world. Okay, hello world. After that, close your with semicolon and close your scriptlet tag. Okay, so this is your program. Okay, this is your JSP program. So here what we are doing here, we are embedding the Java code in our HTML page. What we are doing here, so we are embedding the Java code in our HTML page. Okay, HTML page. Okay, with the help of these scripts. So with the help of these are called the scripts. These are called the scripts. Scripts open, script end. Okay, these are called the script tag. These are called the script tag or scriptlet elements. Okay, with the help of these scriptlet elements or with the help of these only. So what we are doing, we are embedding that particular Java code in our HTML page. Okay, once your embedding is over, once your code construction or development is over, now what will happen in our JSP engine? What we are doing here is, so first we are saving the file name called the one.jsp. Let us say my file name is a one.jsp. This particular one.jsp file will enter into the server for execution purpose. It will enter into the server for execution purpose. We are saying this is called the server. Okay, this is called the server. In this particular server, what we are maintaining? We are maintaining the JSP container. We are maintaining the JSP container or JSP engine. We are maintaining the JSP container or JSP engine is there. Okay, now what we are doing, so whenever your .jsp file is entering into this particular JSP engine, so we are having the JSP file, and this particular JSP file is translated into the one.java file. It will be translated into the one.java file, and we are saying this particular phase is called the translation phase. This particular phase is called the translation phase. Okay, once your translation phase is done, so what we are doing, we are going for the compilation or we are going for the execution, right? So for that, what we are doing here is we are converting this particular .java file into the one.class file, or we are converting into the servlet object. Okay, we are converting into the servlet, right? Why we are converting into the JSP file into the servlet? So because why we are converting, forgot that. So we are converting the .jsp file into the .java file, and we are saying this particular phase is called a translation phase. Okay. After that, what we are doing? After that, we are compiling this particular .java file into the .class file. We are compiling this particular .java file into the .class file, and this particular phase is called the compilation phase. This particular phase is called the, from here to here, we are saying this particular phase is called the compilation phase. Compilation phase, right? So here what we are doing, we are compiling that particular .class file and we are getting the output, right? So there what we are having, how we are printing that information. So here we are having the 9 objects are there. With the help of these 9, with the help of this particular 9 implicit objects available here. So here we are having the 9 implicit objects are there. With the help of these particular 9 implicit objects only, we are constructing the response and we are delivering that particular response to the web browser. Clear? So here once again I am repeating here. So we created one .jsp file is there. So what is that particular JSP file? That particular JSP file is nothing but your Java server page. This particular JSP file will, whenever it going for the compilation, it will enter into that particular JSP engine, or we can say the container or JSP container, right? Once it is entering into the JSP container, So what this particular container will do? It will translate the .jsp file into the .java file. It will translate the .jsp file into the .java file. Once the translation is done, and we are saying this particular phase is called the translation phase. After the translation phase is over, it will enter into the compilation phase. Compilation phase means what here? We are compiling the .java file to the .class file. We are compiling the .java file into the .class file. So we are generating some bytecode information, right? And we are taking that bytecode information, we are loading that bytecode information into the memory. Okay, we are loading that particular bytecode information into the memory. From there only we are getting the output, or from there only we are getting the response. How you are getting the response? In this particular .java file, or this particular .class file, or in this particular .object file. So what we are using? We are using the 9 different types of implicit objects we are using there. Clear? So there we are using the 9 different implicit objects we are using in that particular .class file. So with the help of those particular 9 implicit objects, we are constructing the response, and we are delivering that particular response to the client mission. We are delivering that particular response to the client mission with the help of these 9 implicit objects. Okay, with the help of all these 9 implicit objects, so what we are doing? So we are taking that particular .class file information. Okay, with the help of these 9 implicit objects, we are constructing the response. That response will be delivered delivered at your client mission. Delivered at your client mission in your web browser. Okay, we are maintaining the web browser, right? So with the help of that particular web browser, we are delivering that particular client, that particular response information. Clear? So for delivering that, so what we are doing here, we are taking the help of these 9 implicit objects. Okay, we are taking the help of these 9 implicit objects. What are these implicit objects? Okay, we'll see these implicit objects later. So first we'll see the execution of this particular JSP pages. Okay, so we'll see all these 9 implicit objects in coming session. So first we'll see how to execute this particular JSP pages in our NetBeans. Okay, first we'll see that one. Scriptlet elements are there, right? So what are the first one? First one is a scriptlet tag, or scriptlet element is there. First one is a scriptlet tag. Inside this particular scriptlet tag only we are writing our code. We are writing our Java code. Clear? We are writing our Java code inside our scriptlet tag, and also it allows to write the Java code. What is the syntax for this particular scriptlet tag? So this particular scriptlet tag syntax is open scriptlet and close scriptlet. Between that open and close, you have to write your Java code there. Okay, as an example here. So what I am doing here, just I am printing some information there. Welcome to the JSP. Welcome to JSP page. So next one is the expression tag. So for evaluating the expression, we are using the expression tag. If you want to evaluate an expression, for that we are using the expression tag. Clear? Once your expression evaluation is over, you need not to write your output on your output.print. Okay, once your expression evaluation is done, you need not to write a particular evaluation output or evaluation result in the out.println. So we are not using any output string buffers, or we are not using any string buffers for printing that particular information in a browser. So directly we are printing that particular information on a client browser. Clear? Once your expression evaluation is done, so you will get the information, and that information or that result will be displayed on your web browser without using the out.println. Okay, the syntax for that particular the expression tag is, this is the syntax for the expression tag. Okay, now let's see the one example here. So this is the example. So here what I am doing here is I am trying to print in the date object, date information. Okay, date information. This is the sample code, or this is the example for your expression tag. So next one is a declaration tag. Okay, declaration tag is what? If you want to declare any variables, or if you want to initialize some variables, for that we are using this particular declaration tag, and this is the syntax for your declaration tag. Okay, so open tag, open angular bracket, and you are having the percentile symbol. After that you are having the exclamatory mark. After that you have to write your method declarations here. Clear? So we'll see the output. One example here. This is an example. So here we have to define all your information here. So first what I'm doing, I'm taking one string object, I'm defining some name here. I'm initializing some name. So this is my same is a int. Next one is a int age equal to 5. You have to define the int here. So I'm initializing that age with the 5 number 5 value. After that, for printing that information, I'm using this expression tag. I'm using without system.println. I'm printing this particular information here. Okay. Okay, so first we have to create your JSP file. So my JSP file name is simple.jsp. So what I'm doing here with the help of this particular expression tag, I'm printing the date. I'm printing the today's date. So this is the syntax or this is the expression for printing that information. Okay. You compile, save your file and click on the run button. So we'll see the output. Once the compilation is successful, it will show the output on your browser. See here. So here I am displaying the date here. Okay, because here I am not passing any user data that is showing the number. Okay, here I am not using any kind of printing elements. System.out.println I am not using that. Okay, so here I am interacting through the index page. Click on here. So you are getting the user information. Along with that user information, we are printing the date also. Okay. So next, what I am doing here, next I am taking the declaration tag. Okay. So for that I am using int n1 equal to int n1 equal 10. So define all your variables here. Int n2 equal to 20. Okay, once your declaration is over, you go for the evaluation to evaluate that particular evaluate that one. So here you have to use the declaration tag, not script element tag. We can use the scriptlet element also. In that particular scriptlet, what we are doing, we are printing the or we are using for using that particular Java code also. We can use the scriptlet element. Now we'll see the output here. You type the user information. Click here to retrieve. See here. We are displaying the date and also we are displaying that one n1 plus n2 evaluation value also. Okay. We are displaying that one n1 plus n2. Yeah. So next what we are doing here is, next I am printing that particular information with the help of the out.println. Out.println, I am printing that particular information. Some value equal to 30. What I have to call the n1 plus n2, or you leave that one and this value will be printed there. So here you should not use the slash, and here you have to use the br. Okay, break you have to use here slash br. You have to use the br. See here. If you use br, then only it will become appeared in a new line. Why? Because we are once your output generation is over, we are constructing the HTML format and we are displaying that particular information in the HTML. Okay, and run your. And one more thing here is how to retrieve, how to set the parameters and how to retrieve the parameters from the client page. For that, I will show one more example here. For setting the parameters, first you have to set the parameter in one JSP page and you retrieve all those parameters in another JSP page. Okay, so for that first you have to set the parameters in simple.jsp page. Once the parameter setting is over, you retrieve all those parameters in another page, another JSP page. Okay, so for that I am using the expression tag for setting the parameter. For setting the parameter, what we have to use? We have to use the application object. We have to use the application object. This application object is one of the implicit objects. Okay, application object, what I am doing here, I am setting the parameter. I'm setting the parameter, set attributes. Okay, for that what I have to use? For that I am using the set attribute. First you have to use the attribute name and then particular attribute value. Attribute name and attribute value. You have to pass here, attribute value here. You pass that particular attribute name and attribute value. Attribute name and attribute value have to pass. After that, save your file. need not to provide any semicolon here. Okay, so how you have to interact with that particular second JSP page. For that I'm using one anchor tag. With the help of this particular anchor tag, what I'm doing here is I'm interacting with that particular second JSP page. For that I'm using the display.jsp. Display.jsp is my second JSP page. For that I'm using the anchor tag. With the help of that particular anchor tag, I'm interacting with that particular display.jsp. For that, you have to create a display.jsp new JSP page here. Once you click on the finish button, it will create the page. Okay, so here you have to retrieve that particular information. Now what you have to do here you have to retrieve that particular information. What information you have to retrieve, whatever you are setting the attributes, you have to get that particular attributes there. Okay, you type your information, click here, here, this is my display attribute. Okay, that is my amount Jupiter. Okay, so for that what I am doing here is, for that I am using the okay, you have to retrieve that particular information. You have to call this particular application dot get value there. You have to use application dot get value. Then only that information will be displayed on your display.jsp file. After that, we will have to create a function. Okay, it is similar, not function. How to create a method in a Java. So for that, what we are doing, we are using the int method or void method. Right here also same. For creating that particular method, I'm using the declaration tag. So for that, I'm using the declaration tag. Once you declare your function name here. Int cube. I'm defining my function name is a int cube. The space cube, and you pass some variable there. Int n I'm passing there, and you write your code there. Write your code. So what I'm writing, simply I'm returning n cross n, or n star n. So q means what? We are tripling that particular number. Okay. Now you call that particular cube method in your program. You call that particular cube method in your program. Out.println cube of out.println cube of 5. Then you pass the cube method, cube of 5. And passing the 5 value, right? After that, save that particular 5. Save and compile. See here, I'm getting the cube of 5 equal to 125. Okay, clear? So this is what we are doing with the help of these three scriptlet elements. In coming section, we will talk about the life cycle of the JSP, and also we'll see in detail about the 9 objectives.